Yeah, both with very impressive PBs on the leaderboards. For Tetsuo, we're looking at a 520, good for number 6 on the board. Telio coming in at number 9 on the board with a 523, so we got a little bit over a 3-second difference between the two. As we enter game 1 of this best of 5 series, who's going to go on into the winner's bracket, who's going to drop to the lower, and both starting out, as we know, with the good old manipulation, getting that Razor Shield. Simple enough, it's just a simple timing of the restart and more or less getting that Razor Shield just where we want it. You saw it in game earlier today. It's the only guarantee we have in this game. So we take anything we can get. The comfort of the Razor Shield, always good to come by. Tetsuo getting out at just over 40 right there. A little slower, a couple seconds right there for Telio. Not much of a difference here, but here we go. See what these first drops are for these runners. Spreader, grenades, but then both get the orb pretty much on the feet. Miraculous. The timing on that was impeccable right there. Both are going to be just fine now holding the center. Telio will go for that Razor. Not that necessary, but Rockets on Tetsuo's side. Great drop right here. Rockets on Telio's side. So they're both doing very well. Telio getting out at a hot time. That's about an 82nd. You love to see that. Just a few seconds back is going to be Tetsuo right there. And Rockets' start. Very nice start for Telio. Let's see how this goes. The swirl sometimes get a little tricky, but yeah, dealing with it well is Tetsuo right there. Telio holding the center, does have the Rockets. Will just take a little time to be able to get those. So yeah, well informed right there. Telio will have no problem. A little bit trickier for Tetsuo, but should just be fine. We'll actually get this Razor Shield, and that will just guarantee being able to. Yeah, right there. Telio hugging the right wall, hoping to be able to get out with the Rockets. Unfortunately, isn't. Tetsuo without another weapon either. So the opening's a little tricky. They're going to look for the invulnerability, actually really nice for Telio right there. Able to not have to worry about that shrapnel. Kind of did blow up in a tricky little diagonal direction. Tetsuo not really getting too much on his side, unfortunately. And then the spreaders for Telio, a little out of the way, but making doing well, holding that center, both holding center pretty nicely here. Exactly what you want to see. Now some rocket drops right here. Very nice. Telio going to be able to clear out this room very well. Ammo goes a little quickly, but then another rocket drop. Probably going to try to conserve this as best he can and gets a full stack. That is full ammo of rockets. That's exactly what you want on Telio's side. Looking really good for the start of tank trouble coming up here. Tetsuo getting a little squirrely right there. Able to maintain really well. And really good time still, even though that shrapnel exploded. 307, none to sneeze at, but damn, that was just a really nice run for Telio right there. And it comes out to quite a lead. So see this opening for Telio right here. Rocket's going to be able to take care of the gunners. Going to be able to get back to center. Nothing really doing right there with the sneakers. Let's see what else happens. Spreader is going to do quite well. And then let's see on Tetsuo's side, what's that first drop going to be? Shoes, unfortunately, the sneakers aren't going to do it. And, ooh, so ducking it and dodging. Doesn't have those gunners down either. Get a little tricky for Tetsuo right here. Keeping it alive, though. Dead gets the Rockets. Able to maintain. Well done from Tetsuo's side. As Telio still able to keep that orb healthy. Get a little squirrely there, but getting the spreader on that side. Spreader, again, keeping it going, and that'll do just fine. Telio should be out of this room. Shrapnel going to explode, but not too shabby at all. 4:05, that is a phenomenal time in a Mutoid right now. Tetsuo doing a great job, everything that he can do right now, but that is an incredible time from Tetsuo. Or from Telio. Tetsuo just doing what he can, and yeah, 4:24, not that bad. It's just 20 seconds behind. Telio being able to get, it looks like, I believe, got the ball buster, got some rockets in there as well. Spreader will be able to take the mind death. Good job not grabbing that spreader a little too hasty. Is able to get some nice, yep, that is some nice damage right there. We'll pop an arm, pop 2 arms right there, and into the lobbers. This is looking great right now for Telly. And a great spreader. That is in a prime location. And, yep, going to be allowed. Mutoid gives it up. This is huge. Head pop. That's going to go to final form. He's melting right there. Final form from Telio. Rockets into grenades. A little trolled on the drop right there, but these grenades will be able to do it, be able to chain this, hopefully full damage, and that will do it. That is a phenomenal time for Telio and team. A great spreader freer for Tetsuoooo, but too little, too late. A 5:27 to start off this round. Telio looking great out the block here. And Tetsuoooo going to be coming in right there at about a 6 minute or so. But, I mean, sub 5:30, just, you're flying. Phenomenal time right there. Well done. Yeah, both. I mean, you know when you got that going for you, you're feeling good. Telio blacked out, didn't know what happened. Well, what happened is we got sub 5:30 in your opening round of the race right here. Phenomenal right there to go up game 1. Yeah, again, you know, nothing to really like. Just a really clean run. Had some great drops there. You could tell by that that exit out of tank trouble into Mutoid Man that it was going to be a phenomenal run, and then it just really lined up there for Telio with the spreader stuff. So everything kind of lined up real nicely. I'll get our runners counted down. We'll get started shortly. Game 2 coming up. Should be a good one. I'm expecting some back and forth here. And be sure to get those bets in right now. Who's gonna take game number 2? Do we even this up at 1 and we make it a best of 3 essentially, or does Telio pull away, get for 2-0, and come within striking distance, ending this series? Here we go, game 2. Tetsuoooo, Tele01. Let's get it done. All right, opening up. Both will get their Razor Shield, be just fine. Let's see who gets this whole shot to start out here. This all just depends on some luck of the spawns and maybe some weaponry as well. The smart ball being kind of right in the center right there, a little annoying. You have to pay attention to that a little bit if you're Telio. Not too bad. Nothing to be too mad about there. And actually will get the whole shot. Tetsuoooo just a hair behind, 39 to a 40 right there as we go into collect power-ups. Just be able to hold the center right there. Telio getting a little something right there. Getting the spreader, getting the rockets too. That will keep you afloat for this early part, help you get through pretty quickly. Tetsuoooo getting not much at all, but does have the invulnerability. Now gets the orb at the bottom. Now it just has to kind of play this timing-wise. Nicely done. Is able to get it, keep it at that, keep it out of striking range from those foot soldiers, and is able to get out of there. Telio out at like a 117 or something, like a 76 second. That was incredible. Great time right there. Does not have the orb, and that's where it could be made up by Tetsuo. But yeah, great time right there. Getting a great job done with the rockets. Rockets on Tetsuo's side, so we'll be able to do pretty well with the rest of this room. Telio still floating, keeping the invulnerabilities. You're able to kind of run around, get it done on this stage, but you know he's looking for that orb. Razor Shield will just pick that up more or less to just roll to the next drop, and does get more rockets. So Telio will stay in this with these drops, and out at a phenomenal time. 201 on Telio's side. He is flying right now. Rockets will keep you in the beginning of this room. Spreaders will help, but looking for that orb still. Tetsuo opening up the room, has the rockets full clip pretty much. Using the smart bomb, just kind of clean that up a little bit, give yourself a little breathing room. Still has some rockets and doing well with that. Telio, unfortunately, smart bomb, not going to go for it. A key is not going to do it as well. Really hoping, really's got to hope for that orb drop. Now it starts to slip away. Razor, especially on Tetsuo's side, really starts to get the advantage. This could be a big change in the room right here. You can only do so much if you're on Telio's side. We'll use the smart bomb, though. Spreader on Tetsuo's side will help out. Rockets on Telio's side will keep him afloat. It won't keep the... it's still a struggle to get this orb. We'll get the Razors. Telio's not getting this orb right now. This is a little brutal. Shoes, that isn't it, game. And a 304, Tetsuo able to flip the lead just because the orb drop not happening. 310 on Telio's side. As we got both runners in on game 2 here. Let's go. A little product placement. Some Taco Bell. Some product placement with Taco Bell. Get yourself Baja Blast Freeze. That's different. Enjoy. All right, into tank trouble. Here we go. Tetsuo first drop. Gets the invulnerability. Hey, able to protect yourself from the gunners. Not bad. Spreader on Telio's side. That'll do a little bit of work for you, but oh, these drops are a little tough right now. Telio needs to see something. Oh, the death at Tetsuo going down, unfortunately. Does have a gunner down. Will be able to get these grenades, easily take out the other gunner. Spreader again for Telio. That's all that's really coming around right now. Now both, though. Orbless. Smart ball from Tetsuo's side. Just keep it in there. Rocket, that's really going to help. The orb finally comes around. Telio sees it in a tricky position, though. Having to get back to center. Having to deal with the gunner, the tanks. And is doing some nice little dancing. Avoids the gun so far. 425 entry. 426 or so for Tetsuo. 432 for Telio. So keep it within 6 seconds here. Tetsuo just fired off the rockets right there. I do appreciate it. Going for the quick shot, and, you know, it's just rockets. Probably going to be dumping these anyways. There's the spreader behind. Tetsuo didn't see it. It's going to have to go for manuals. Lobber for Telio right now is going to still have to deal with both those gunners. Now just one, but it's still very tricky having to deal with those bullets. There's a spreader Telio's side, and he's not going to park on it. One arm. Yes, he is. He's going to roll right over it. And Telio still gets it, though. Very close. Gonna have to go for some manual. A good spreader for Tetsuo on the left side. Oh, we got a glitch droid on Telio's side, though. Tetsuo going below. Head pop on Telio's side. Grenades again. Tetsuo's going to be right there. No, about a little bit more than a half form. Telio's doing pretty well. Still not head pop here for Tetsuo. Final form. All right, one form lead pretty much right now. Lobbers on Telio's side. If he's able to kind of land these will do a lot of work, but gets lasered down. They'll take some time right here. Grenades. I don't know if this will do it. Gets another. The refill will do it if he stays alive, and he does. I think it was actually, maybe he could have still done it with the grenades, but it looks like a one-form victory right there. Tetsuo finally getting the lobbers, see if he could land these shots. But Telio going up 2-0 right here. 6:19. Good time, always a respectable time in a race right there. Not as quick of a pace right there, but Telio really he didn't have an orb until what, midway through tank trouble right there. Well done, held it down, did well with just single fire rockets, and took the win right there. GG's. Yeah, again, just some tough drops there. Tetsuoooo, I know probably in that early tank trouble, ended up taking that death on the left side. It seemed like that was definitely just wasn't able to kind of get the traction back from there. Did have a little bit of a lead going in, but yeah, very nicely done on Telio's side, getting it done without the orb. Gotta say. We'll get them counted down. Here we go into game 3. Get your vote in there. Predict with your channel points who's going to win. Game number 3, Telio, Tetsuoooo. Here we go. Count them down. And as we're going in right here, just to let you know, I believe we do have some Smash TV action also going on tomorrow. I'm not too sure exactly the timing of it. The matchup, I want to say, I think it's the Dark Lord Gonzo Itigo Ham matchup. It's going to be tomorrow. Something to look forward to if you're looking for some more Smash TV action. As we get into Game 3 right here, Telio up 2-0, trying to close it out, or will Tetsuoooo bring this to a Game 4 and potentially a Game 5 here? Let's see who gets the whole shot. Telio very slightly right here, a 39, almost a 39, just barely a 42nd, a negligible lead as we like to see around here. As we let's see what our first drops here are in collect power-ups. Invulnerability just fine for Telio, but able to get that orb right on the feet more or less. That is a great drop from Telio. Tetsuoooo looking for the same. Unfortunately, that won't do it. Grenades. We'll just pick those up to kind of force the next drop here. Hoping for something good, and there's the orb. There you go. On Telio's side. Gets the rockets, though, and a 1:15.75 second. Absolutely flying. This is 3 races in a row. Absolutely phenomenal times coming out of collect power-ups for Telio. We'll be able to hold down, do just fine with the orb here. Tetsuoooo, let's see how this room opens up. Sometimes this roll gets a little tricky. Does well with it. Does see the spreader down there. We'll be able to take advantage of that as well. Both should be pretty comfortable through this room. If you don't know, we got 18 Mr. Shrapnel that are needed to be taken out. That is the main objective here. You still have to deal with some foot soldiers and take those out as well. But mainly, got to take out the 18 Mr. Shrapnel. Cannot allow 4 at a time, or basically no more will spawn after 4. So that's where you start to have a time loss. Typically known as a room that you can't really gain any time in. You can certainly lose some, though, if you let it get away from you. Telio do it all right here. Gets the rockets, gets the Razor to start out here in total carnage. Tetsuoooo, not the greatest open up, does see the Razor, though, so both even on that. That usually will do you pretty well. You can pretty much hold this room if you like with just that Razor. Makes it real comfortable. Let's see, Spreader and Rockets. There you go. Tetsuoooo seeing a little bit better of a weapon right there. You'd love to see those Rockets be able to really tear through those lines. It's still just barely hanging on to that Razor shield right there. Telio already out, though. A 5 or a 2:53 into the bonus room. That is a phenomenal time. Tetsuoo's only going to be about 11 seconds back right there. 3:04, which is still a stellar time. But wow, 2:53. Here we go from Telio. Opening drop is usually a big one right here. Let's see what it is. Telio only gets some shoes, though. That's not exactly what you want to see. Will maintain just fine. Able to do some nice ducking right there. Foot soldier got a little loose. Another foot soldier got a little loose. Oh, and the shrapnel finally catches on diagonal. Not so good for Tetsuoooo. A invulnerability, but just way out there. We'll actually have to go over to the corner, take a little refuge right there. Not a bad play. Does get the Razor, but unfortunately loses the orb. We'll get some rockets, though, so we'll be able to keep afloat. Rockets on Telio's side, but has the orb right here. So a little bit of advantage. Telio doing well. Getting more rockets. Going to be able to really get through this room, it looks like. Invulnerability is nothing doing right there, but doing just fine otherwise. Firing down these lanes is Tele01. Looking good again. 413 out, 414 out. But Tetsuoooo is right there behind, has some rockets as well. This is the dead heat, y'all. Here we go. A negligible lead at best. And about a 1.5 second difference. Who cares? Here we go. Rockets. Spreader for both, but it's on the right side. Gonna have to do some manualing action. Tetsuoooo goes for some actual manuals. Telio decides to use it on some gunners right there. Lobbers for both, but a refill on Telio's side. It's gonna be able to start getting an arm pop. There we go. Both runners in a dead heat right here. Lobbers on both. Still having to deal with the gunner is Telio. Will kind of affect those shots a little bit. Doing well with it, though. Landing those shots. Rockets and grenades on Tetsuoo's side. Grenades on Telio's side. There is the spreader, but it's on the other side. What will Mutoid? Mutoid opens up and allows Telio the grab. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. There's the lobbers on Tetsuoo's side, but that spreader might be it. Tetsuoo's going to have to see one on his side. Final form from Telio. Invulnerability on both. That's not going to help. Lobbers on Telio's side. If he lands everything right here, and especially with the refill, that will do it. And there you go. Tele01 will take it right there. Well played. Another sub-6 on the board. And get out of there. 552, maybe almost 53. Yeah. Well done. Tele01 taking the series 3-0 right there. Phenomenal stuff. Absolutely flying. Two runs right there, back to back. Just some great times. Wow, yeah. And actually all three coming out of total power-ups, sub 82nd, like just good stuff all around. Yeah, GG's all around. Both our runners. There we go. Tetsuoooo finishing up. We'll let the eventual razor blades from the left side take him out right there. The ceremony as you send it off. Tetsuoooo, nicely done. Quite a competitor, and honestly, just a couple drops here or there. Could have easily had some game swing his way, but nicely done as we wrap it up right there.